Why did the people who had just witnessed the miracle of Allah and the parting of the sea bow down to the golden calf only a few days later? They had just walked through the sea split by the power of Allah. They had just escaped Pharaoh's army, and yet, only days later, when Musa goes up to the mountain to receive revelation, they fall into shirk worshipping a statue. So, how? Let's break it down. 1. They lived for centuries under a dominant pagan culture, Egypt. Egypt wasn't just politics. It was a full system. Pharaoh was seen as a god-king. Every aspect of life was surrounded by idols and rituals. The people were taught to believe that power comes from physical things, from statues, from visual gods. So for generations, Bani Isra'il were absorbing this reality, even if they didn't believe it fully. They were spiritually conditioned. 2. Freedom of the body doesn't equal freedom of the mind. Yes, they were physically freed. They crossed the sea, they left slavery. But that inner slavery, to fear, to doubt, to cultural patterns, was still in them. The mind doesn't change overnight just because the chains are gone. Their hearts were still programmed by Egypt. 3. Samiri exploited this programming. In Surah Taha, Allah tells us that Samiri made the calf from melted gold, and it produced a sound. It looked like a god. He played into what they were used to, a god you can see, touch, and hear. This wasn't about logic, it was about emotional comfort. They felt abandoned, afraid, and uncertain. They defaulted back to what their old culture taught them. You need to see your God. You need something physical to follow. 4. They confused absence of leadership with absence of God. When Musa, peace be upon him, left, their connection to divine leadership felt gone. Instead of holding on to patience and tawakkul, they panicked. They wanted something to anchor them, and their old trauma gave them the answer. Go back to what felt powerful before. And this is the scary part. The golden calf wasn't about evil. It was about emotional weakness, cultural habits, and spiritual immaturity. Just like today, many Muslims don't consciously turn away from Allah. They just follow the path that feels familiar, safe, and normal in the culture around them. That's the essence of cultural slavery. But what is cultural slavery, especially for a Muslim? It's when you live by values, priorities, and definitions that are not yours. Here's what it looks like. You feel shy to say Assalamu alaikum, but hi feels easy and natural. You chase freedom, but define it the way they define it. Not as freedom from the nafs, but freedom to follow every desire. You love what they love, hate what they hate, and fear being different, even when Allah commands it. This is mental colonization. This is cultural slavery. It is when your body is free, but your mind, your desires, your dreams, they serve another master.